Okay, I have no idea how I've managed to completely neglect Jackson Wang on this channel so far. He's a member of GOT7, which I have done. I have done their latest mini album. I did a full album reaction to that, and I've also done their subunit Just 2. But never done any of his solo stuff, despite him putting out a bunch and being really popular and also being incredibly beautiful. That always helps. So this is his latest track, Bullet to the Heart. Also already almost a month old. I'm so sorry about being so damn late. But better late than never. So let's watch this together. I'm going to start this in 3, 2, 1, now. This is a super short song. You could already tell this was filmed with 4K cameras because of the... Interestingly produced guitar there, because it's really allowed to screech. A lot of force to his voice. There's definitely some influence from like classic blues vocalists there. I did not expect those floaty synths there. Oh, that is well done. Oh, that match cut, that was good. I love how the subtitle is always a couple seconds ahead. I'm trying to figure out how much of that was wires that they removed later and how much of it was entirely CGI'd. I like this, it's a high concept video. I'm liking this arrangement as well because the guitar remains the forceful top line there. Another match cut, they love their match cuts. Oh, that is so well done. Feeling of being enveloped by darkness. Oh, wow. Damn, this song is short. That was under 2.5 minutes. Oh, this was very good. Very good. Okay, let's talk about the song first and then about the video. The song, super minimalist, but I think that was the right choice here because this is really all about the emotion he expresses in his vocals. So we have that guitar and then we have some synths and beats and drum machine. But aside from that, it's very much about his voice and the guitar and every now and then the floatier synths coming in there, kind of feeling like they're lifting you up, giving you like a little reprieve before pushing you back down. I think the song does a great job of getting you into these different emotional spaces and kind of throwing you back and forth. And it's all pulled together with his very forceful vocal delivery. Like very forceful, very emotional. The raspiness to his voice comes through very nicely there. Definitely an influence from blues singers, I feel. And even in that guitar, you can feel it a bit. There's some old blues in there, even though the song itself is obviously not at all blues. The song itself, probably best identified as a synth R&B track. Like, almost overlapping a bit with some neo soul, but primarily R&B, I would say, with the progressions in it and stuff. But it's all about his voice, and his vocal performance here is wonderful. Every now and then some tiny bits of vocoding and stuff come through in his voice to really give it even more of a tinge, but for the biggest part it's just about the raw emotionality and going from these different mind spaces back and forth, these conflicts, and they're represented wonderfully in the song. And to have so much of an emotional roller coaster in 2.5 minutes, that is awesome. That is really impressive. And the music video, very, very high concept, minimalist, like the song, but not at all simplistic. There are a lot of trick shots in here. There are a lot of hidden cuts, often hidden with match cuts. There is a lot of subtle practical and CGI work and mixes of both going on here. Really, the filmmaking in this is quite excellent. And it tells a complete story with twists in 2.5 minutes. And leaves a lot up for interpretation. I mean, the obvious reading of this with the setting is to read this in the context of craziness. But then, of course, you have to decide if you want to read it as crazy as in mental health, or as crazy as in being forced into craziness through a situation. Crazy as in being driven crazy, which is not the same as crazy as in mental health. And it's just wonderful, this force. And you have this black and white theming in the video. This seductress witch forcing and confronting him with all of these emotions, with this literal darkness. And I think it's wonderfully done. And I like that he is not completely in white here. Instead, they chose to put him in gray, in tarnished white, in dirty white. I think that has a certain expressiveness to it. That he is not the pure, clean opposite. Instead, he is himself somewhere in the middle here. In the middle between these extremes, between these emotional states. And I think that's really cool. It's very well... It's just simple things with color like that. And it also just looks more interesting. But very well done music video. They... So much with one setting, 2 people. Very well done. Very, very well done. Deceptively simple. Deceptively. Because a lot of work actually went into this music video. But a lot of very subtle work. All the time and money here went into things that you don't necessarily notice. They didn't go into paying for a bunch of sets or for fancy designer clothing, which most of the time, by the way, when you see designer clothing in music videos, that is not bought. That is product placement. Dirty little secret about the music industry there. But yeah, very, very nice song and video, and his vocals are excellent. And I feel like I've talked about this song by now like 4 times as long as the actual song goes. So color me impressed. I need to check him out more. I know he has some other solo tracks and music videos, but yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. And that's all I have to say here. Thanks for watching. You're awesome. You should subscribe. I have a Patreon where there's a bunch of bonus stuff, including some GOT7 stuff, a full album reaction to their latest mini album. I think 1 or 2 music video live performance reactions. That's all exclusively on my Patreon. And I also have a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all linked down there. And special shout out to some of my top tier Patreon supporters, Lala, Fred, and Kim. And I'll see you guys in another video soon.